Hello all. My name is Ty Douglas, and today I'll be presenting my Tableau dashboard highlighting the 2020 presidential election results across the U.S. pertaining to the state, county, and regional per capita population voting statistics for the Data Visualization 625 Unit 2 assignment. My first visualization within the workbook is a tree map display of the state resident population, which highlights by color contrast the number of people in each state respectively. We could see here from either the qualitative depiction or the text box I added to the workbook, or from the tree map itself, that the state of California is the most populous of all localities associatively, representing around 63.5% of the electoral vote, while the state of Wyoming, surprisingly, represents roughly 69.9% or 70% of the vote, with only 581,000 resident potential voters. Next, we have a visual display of the number of counties within each state, with the Longhorn state of Texas being the most heavily zoned of the states, with roughly 254 county municipalities, and Delaware containing the least counties with only 3 of them, as this is one of the smaller of the states in the Union. I decided to add what I call a political fun fact here for the state-county information, which highlights the fact that the counties themselves don't necessarily have significant influence over the election results, but instead act as catalysts for analysts to peer into the potential voting trends of each municipality in effort to anticipate voter leanings. Also, because both the tree map and field map visualizations represent similar geospatial demographic data, I created a shared horizontal legend which represents the statewide connections between the population and counties within the maps. For instance, we can see here when I click on the legend, the information within both maps is accentuated while all others on both maps are visually minimized in the background. Likewise, each visualization within the workbook is connected in that if I apply a filter to any of the depictions, the filter is also automatically applied to all other sheet visualizations within the dashboard. So, for instance, if I select the state of California to use as a dashboard filter, we can see the accents of the number of counties within the state and the region of the state also from within the other visualizations. And finally, we have a display of the 4 regional voter Democratic and Republican electoral trends representing the Midwestern, Northeast, Southern, and Western regions. I chose to add an informational text box representing the bicamerality between Republican and Democratic voting trends to include each voting state within the region, with aim of keeping up with the geospatial theme of the previous demographic statistics. I also added a floating informational political fact that can be hidden within the workbook, which highlights the fact that political identities are most prominently concentrated by region, with heavy concentrations in national campaign strategies, meaning that these 4 regions are at the cusp of the strategies surrounding how each potential president-elect plans their campaign efforts to translate the forecasts from the polls statistics into political affirmative votes. Pertaining to applying visual accents to the workbook, I personalized our dashboard fonts and specialized the graph colors to reflect relevant political associations. For instance, within the regional visualization, we have blue denoting Democratic votes and red denoting Republican votes in the visualization. And that concludes my depiction dashboard of the 2020 election results. It has been a pleasure presenting to you all, and I look forward to the cumulative learning experience within the class. Thank you.